Good afternoon to you. It's 12:30 on the clock. My name's Joyce, and hope you're good wherever you're listening in from. The sun rises here. It does quite appear that's a little cloudy outside with a chance of rain. So it may just be good if you haven't left home yet that you maybe take that into consideration as you plan whatever is left of the hours of the given day. All right, you're on the sunny side. My name's Joyce. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. All right. I think you already know this, but I really wanted to remind you of it. And then I truly struggled with whether it was necessary for us to discuss this today. I mean, I'm sure we had in the past discussed this, and I'm not even sure how you may have reacted then. But it kind of just reminds us what is happening in Nigeria and how what happens in Nigeria happens. Okay, so I mean, I'm trying not to rile the Nigerian public up. I'm really trying not to remind you of what is non-functional, particularly when you hear Buhari's spokesperson say that had it been he used a Nigerian hospital, he would have died long ago. And so this extent or this long life that we maybe today celebrate is the making of foreign established hospitals. And I'm not sure the motive for a statement is that, because when you make a statement as that, you are also in the same breath suggesting something else. It's like you are speaking without speaking. We can talk about the Nigerians who do not have access to standard health care, Nigerians who do not even have access to substandard health care. There is the Nigerians who don't have enough money, so even the available health care, they can't quite access it because they don't have enough money. And I remembered that in 2021, there was some gist about a budget for the State House Clinic, and then I went looking for it. I wasn't even sure the details of that story. So I'm just going to read with you at least what was reported. At least this is as at May 17th, 2023. State House Medical Center, Buhari to inaugurate 21 billion naira presidential wing on Friday. Less than 2 weeks to the end of his two-term tenure of office, the president inaugurated the presidential very important personality wing of the State House Medical Center. And I haven't been there to properly understand what they mean when they say clinic as against hospital, Maybe it's, but if it's within the presidential villa, my thinking is that this would be to some degree state of the art. I mean, it's presidential. Okay, maybe not state of the art, presidential, with, a number of doctors a dial away. I thought about the economic value of 21 billion naira as at 2021, which was the first time I even remember reading the story. So in May of 2023, about 2 days ago, not a long time ago, he inaugurated the presidential, that's the very important personality wing. That's also something to underscore. The very important personalities wing of the State House Medical Center. The new wing, an extension of the existing medical center located inside the presidential villa in Abuja, is said to have cost 21 billion naira. And maybe in the world of, machines and medical supplies, 21 billion naira is not enough. It's not enough to give our president the state of the art kind of hospital that he is deserving of. But I think our leaders have had opportunities to establish standard, maybe not world class, just standard facilities for the Nigerian. And of course, there's been so much commentary around the choice to go to London, to use London facilities, to have more faith overseas than they do here. And maybe the reason Nigeria is the way that it is due to the sheer lack of faith in the system, or maybe something even more sinister. This is worthy of note, is that these monies tend to happen. These monies come by our hearing. This monies, the monies are allotted or allocated for projects, so they go through tables, they go through hands, they go through persons, and we have systems for the people. And then we have systems for the elite. That even the systems the elite create for themselves, they do not use. It is utterly mind-boggling. I have truly attempted to... I've sought excuses, I've tried to understand why this is, and I haven't been able to arrive at a clear answer just yet. So I think maybe this is the introduction of our show today, to remind you of this thing we call life, this thing we call a country, this country that appears to be moving but is quite going nowhere. This thing that doesn't quite serve the people, and how comical, it doesn't even quite serve the elite. So all these monies, where do they go to? All right, we'll hold it to be worthy of note. In the news, Kenya has officially eliminated visa requirements for all African and most Caribbean nations. Basically, Kenya is saying, just come. As Africans, let's talk. Would you consider Kenya a place to visit, given all the gist that you have for the longest time cried about as far as Nigeria goes? By the way, Nigerians are everywhere. Every single place. And yes, in the past, there's been reports of Nigerians being unfairly treated by Kenyan officials, particularly immigration at their airports. Nigerians have had stories to tell, not so pleasant stories, to be honest, about the way that they have been treated. Nonetheless, they still remain. And I guess maybe it would be a case of a few people complaining. Maybe it's even a fault of their own that these officials have been to them. The way that the officials have been to them is probably no fault of the officials themselves. Sometimes Nigerians can be what Nigerians can be, and that creates problems for them, and also creates an alert system for any observing body. If you paid attention to the news by Vaughn about a few minutes ago, she said that the presidency or the Nigerian and the government was reporting that much of these visa issues, particularly the new regulations against Nigeria, is due to Nigerians overstaying visas in countries where they're only allocated a set window to remain legally in that country. Well, I guess something like this is the kind of news you will love to hear. A few days ago, maybe even last week, I think, we were discussing Nigeria and the fact that the U.S. had reduced the initial time allotted to non-migrants or immigrants, of immigrants to the U.S. I think from what we hear, depending on who you ask, for some it's been 2 years. For some, they've gotten 5-year visas. I know people who have 10-year visas. So I'm thinking the U.S. has been quite generous. They have given explanations for it. But Nigerians who have in the past lucky enough to get the visas, American visas, have, I guess, been particularly happy. I know colleagues who had 2 years. I know I think I know 2 people who have 5, but I know a lot more people who have 10 years, like 10 years. So they're in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah, but America is like, you see all of that, plenty time we give you to come and stay in our country. Well, we're reevaluating it. There's a global need to reevaluate migration, immigration, migrants. Yeah, so here we're reducing it to 3 months. Kenya is saying, if you're willing, you can come to Kenya. Let's talk. You're on the sunny side.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
I have a message here that says, "Oh, Joyce, thank you very much for this gist. Are you serious? Oh, maybe it's about time I pack my bags and go somewhere. I'll update you. Come back here. Where are you going? You're on the sunny side. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing? We hold it to be worthy of note. Welcome.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
This is Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
When I hear Adeshino, wow. I think there's problem. We have problem. No, they have problem. I'm not part of them. How can you make such a statement? Look at the amount you just mentioned. The other day, the vice president, they voted 21 billion to renovate the vice president house. Every year they vote 100 billion for security budget. House run clinic, every year they budget too. Did you hear the killing in Plateau the other day?
Yeah, I did.
Yesterday or so? Oh, gosh.
Okay, may have lost you. Thank you so much for calling 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. Okay, we hold it to be worthy of note, and noteworthy is this new update out of Kenya. How are you? Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Jeff, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Engineer Joseph calling from Ikeja at the moment.
Good to have you.
I'm good, and you? I really want to appreciate you and enjoy you for this opportunity to speak our mind sometimes to help something issue. I think when people speak at times, that tells you the kind of people they are, the kind of knowledge to certain things they already know. Because sometimes you hear them speak without even checking what they are saying, and why they say some things without even checking it if it's the proper thing to say. I mean, how can you say that if he had been treated here in Nigeria, are you with me, Joyce?
Go ahead.
Yeah. If the late president had been treated here in Nigeria, he wouldn't stay long. He would have died long time ago. Then what happens to the hospital in the villa? The one they put aside for the high class, for the president. What happens to those ones? What happens to the money we've been allocating for the fixing and the buying of drugs and everything? And who say we don't have the best doctors in the world in Nigeria? Same doctor you're going to meet in France, US, Canada, UK. They're all here. They all started from here. Many of them left here for a better pay. And they're not in other countries. And when you go there, you meet them there.
All right.
And they've been talking about the equipment, medical equipment they have here.
Oh.
If you have thought it's wise to get medical equipment installed in our Villa, I don't think if he's treated here or abroad.
All right. Thank you.
Different. Thank you. God bless you.
99.3 Nigeria Info. How are you? So good to have you on the sunny side. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Good
Good to have you.
Failure Adesina was doing the work of his former paymaster. The money where you told us a year that they brought for Asura Clinic, before they started dishing out money in 2017, when Aisha told us that there is no syringe in Asura Clinic. The non-dollar test hospital I saw on Monday is not better than Root, UNCH, SMC Abuja, and even Otajana Hospital. But due to the poor facility upgrade and the doctors' government poor care, making our leaders to safely go to London and France. 22 billion naira renovated in the first president house can fix 5 SMCs. It is a deliberate act for our leaders never to fix our hospital. And it is very telling us Buhari was accountable. Okay, is he in social media? I see what Nigeria is saying about Buhari. Are you hearing me? So, concerning America, you are talking about and Kenya.
I'm not speaking of America. I'm speaking. Excuse me. I'm speaking of Kenya. The sunny side. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. Tell me your name. Go ahead.
It's Emmanuel. I'm speaking to you from Ekwe.
Great. Go ahead.
Joyce, we have a problem. I listened to Garba Shehu, the other day. He said President Buhari is a friend of the masses. And then here is Femi Adesina telling us that Buhari would have died long ago, if he was using Nigeria hospital. If you remember, Buhari said there would be no medical tourism for any government official, any time. And it means Buhari lied to us, because immediately after he assumed office, he was going to London, for treatment. He should have said the lie in the first place if he was really Mr. Integrity. Now, let me bring religious aspects. A lot of Muslims believe that anything that happens, that is the hands of God. And to some extent, Christians. Are we saying that we can elongate our lives, with our action? Why I'm saying that is that, is he saying that Buhari himself, can elongate in life, with the action he takes? Now, which completely wipe out all this religious nonsense, they portray sometimes, when people are killed in Benue, they will say it is the house of God. When flood comes, and wipe out a community, kill a lot of people, they tell us that it is the hands of God, But when it comes to their own personal interest,
I don't think you should make it a religious thing. No. Excuse me. That is an uneducated opinion. I don't think you should make it a religious thing because it's sensible for you to know that if you have issues, weather issues, for example, you can put things in place to ensure that lives and properties are preserved. It is the lack of any other intellectual option that the people would say it's God's will, for example. It's not religion. So let's not give religion a bad name to accommodate our lack of thought. No. If you had a government that was working, if you had a health system, somebody who is going to die at 50 can live up to 70 because it's a system to help manage their health. It's just it's basic reason. Don't make it religious.
Okay, maybe I misinterpret their kind of ideology, because they paint this God of a thing, that is responsible, for our backwardness, when they ought to be fixing the system in the first place. I believe it's one of your callers about three days ago or so, who said we should be religious. The way people are castigating Muhammadu Buhari's image is not good. And this rage that is in some of us, it's what they've imputed in us.
Well, do away with it. Don't be so enraged that you do not have judgment or reason. You understand? I mean, if someone is lying to you, you don't go about repeating the lie because you don't know how to think, Here
is where I'm going. If you want us to act normal, you want us to be religious, to them, they won't be rigging election on Saturday and going to church to do Thanksgiving on Sunday. So it's unfortunate that it's coming from the spokesperson, of Buhari, when he was in government. But there is nothing comes out of any politician in Nigeria today, that I'm surprised. Because I'm not surprised. They are just birds of feather, who flies the same way. Now, but talking about going to Kenya, I don't think Kenya is a better place, to go for me today, because the mentality of the leaders there, is not different from ours here, So that is where I see this.
Okay, thank you. You're not going to Kenya. Fantastic then. Hello, Nigeria Info. How are you? Good afternoon.
Hello.
Welcome. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Yeah, this is Afibe. Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I want the Nigerians to know that they should know the meaning of opportunity knock but once. Buhari took Basejo to court. He took Yaradua to court. He took Jonathan to court. He was so desperate to carry money to where he ought not to carry it to, because he said that He has not collected things he's supposed to collect as a military man then. No, the military are the weapons of God in the physical. So God do not tolerate too much evil from them. He gives them bullets. But when you are in the choosing area of the people for the people, that is politics, God hardly reacts to that, except to the extent of when the cry is too much. So I want Nigeria to know that when a politician is talking to you, he wants to come and embezzle the wealth of the nation, especially Nigeria. Nigeria is people. And Obasanjo said that no military will contest again after him. But Buhari persists, and Tinubu join force with him. So what do we expect? So these are the area we the people are the real problem. For instance, when they increase the fuel, if all the vehicle, all the union decide not to buy fuel and put Nigeria on a standhold, they will bend down for us because we are their weapon, we are their beauty. So we should also exercise our faith. Then we should also energize our body. It's not everything we dance to. Somebody just come and say the subsidy is gone. Then you should tell him he himself is gone. Because men, God gives the whole world to men, not women. Women will only cry. Men, God expects men to act. And then he will now apply his power. But whenever you say, my 200,000 is enough for me, 5 million every month is enough for me. There are areas I am taking money. So what do you want God to do in that level?
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. Thank you. Nigeria Info, how are you? Good to have you here.
Yeah, Joyce, my line dropped.
Tell us your name and go ahead.
My line dropped when I was speaking with you. Yeah, I think Nigerians are the problem. You hear Body George, power belongs to the people. Constitution make the president so powerful, especially in Nigeria. As powerful as American president, you see, they challenge him. They go to court. Court stop him. But Nigeria, as far as they swear you in as a president, whatever you do, you are scot-free. We support all this wrongdoing, all in the name of, it's from my place, my tribe, my region. We support all these things. At the end, he will tell on every one of us, whenever we are ready, I always say the ball is in our court, but I don't know how soon. But all I know, these 3 tribes that are the majority in this country, and the other 2 tribes are romancing themselves. I've said it some time ago. These 2 tribes romancing themselves over Nigerian affairs. That romance will get sour soon, but I don't know. But all I'm praying for God to let us live and weakness win the other tribe. These 2 tribes will call the other tribe, come. We sideline you enough.
I'm off on a break. I'm off on a break. Thank you so much for calling. Lagos will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info Daily Winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
We're back. Good afternoon to you. You're on the sunny side. Welcome. How are you?
Joyce, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah.
Tell us your name and go ahead.
You see, my Sunday calling from Bariga.
Go ahead, Sunday.
So, our big men, rich people in this country does not care how they should fix medical centers that will favor less privileged set of people, poor people who cannot afford to travel abroad. And that's why you see they don't care, because if anything happens to them, the next thing you know, oh, they've traveled abroad. Instead of them to invest the money that they embezzle to abroad and fix things in this country to be okay, I begin to wonder, when they travel abroad, what lesson do they learn? Can they just see what is happening over there and bring it back to Nigeria so that every one of us will be part and parcel of the good things that God has blessed us with in this country? And then you hear, oh, if this man were to be treated in Nigeria, he would have been dead for quite a long time. Is it not a shameful thing for someone to come up and say that in national radio? Why can't they do it here? Why do we need to embezzle money abroad? And then the people will mock us at the end of the day, and they said, oh, we are senseless. Joyce, in fact, to me, I don't like to listen to this this kind of rubbish news that people are saying. It is well with them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling me. I do appreciate it. Now, Lakers, I have to read this message here. I have about a minute and a half before the top of the hour. I think the bigger picture needs to be looked into. Why do our political elites, alive or dead, feel the need to go to the UK for political or medical consultation? Yesterday during your show, you played an excerpt where Nnamdi Azikiwe was being sworn in, alleging his service to the Queen of England. I feel we're still semi-colonized. We just don't want to face it. At the time, Francophone countries are cutting ties with their colonial masters. Here, our political elites are all in cahoot with Brits. And for Kenya, why do you write like that? Okay, so this is another point you're trying to make. For Kenya, I had a terrible experience right from the airport. I can't blame them because our brothers have caused havoc in those countries and the police see us as cash cows. Their police are as corrupt as Nigerian police, especially when they hear you are Nigerian. So if people want to go there, just be careful. This is Chris from Switzerland. Thank you very much for writing me. We hold it to be worthy of note. So I think on one hand, not intending to provoke your judgment already, is the fact that in 2023, the Nigerian government earmarked 21 billion naira for the VIP wing of the Villa Clinic, only for our former president to get ill and is shipped overseas. Well, there's that. And then there is the fact that Kenya bids you welcome, visa-free to all African nations. Sounds something beautiful. So I want to hear your reaction to it on the sunny side. It's 1 p.m. We're off on a break. When we return on the other side of the hour, the conversation will continue.
When you just eat Gary a lot without adding other things,
okay,
you can have problems with the eyes. Especially when Gary isn't properly processed.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board is warning Nigerians to steer clear of fake recruitment websites. In a statement signed by its Secretary, Major General A.M. Jibril, the board emphasized that the only valid portal is recruitment.cdcfib.gov.ng. That is recruitment.cdcfib.gov.ng. It also stated that no payment is required and urged applicants to report any suspicious activity to the appropriate authorities. The EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, has urged legal practitioners to use the law as a tool for societal advancement. Speaking at the 2025 NBA Ikeja Law Week, he called for improved access to justice and the revival of mentorship for young lawyers. Olukoyede warned that the legal profession is drifting ethically and must reclaim its role in national development. Former lawmaker Dachong Bagos says some of President Buhari's appointees betrayed his trust, worsening corruption. He noted that Buhari's failure to monitor his team weakened his anti-corruption image, while commending the former late president's integrity. Bagos said insecurity and poor oversight diminished Buhari's legacy despite the signing of the not-too-young-to-run bill. And former Presidential Asset Recovery Chairman Okoy Obonoobla also defended the late President Muhammadu Buhari's leadership and policies. Speaking on the Morning Crossfire with Kofi Battles, he argued that 8 years was too short a time to fix Nigeria's deep-rooted challenges, noting that inflation is a global problem. And he urged critics to consider Buhari's reforms, including the Treasury single account, and emphasize the governance is a collective responsibility, not solely the president's. And the United Nations says 115 million infants, representing 89%, received at least one dose of the diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis vaccine in 2024, a slight increase from 2023. However, nearly 20 million children still missed one or more doses, and the WHO and UNICEF cite conflict, weak health systems, and misinformation as major setbacks. They're calling for urgent international action to close immunization gaps and protect children from deadly but preventable diseases. And that's all for now. It is back to the sunny side with Joyce, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Thank you for your time.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Demo, come
No.
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So now here we dey talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
It pleases me to have you be a part of our conversation this afternoon. It's 4 minutes past 1 p.m. My name's Joyce. We hold it to be worthy of note in our numbers 0201 277 0993. That's for the male. The female line is 0201 465 7190. And on WhatsApp, you can leave me a message. You can even call me, particularly if you're outside the country, 08095 975 All right, so there's we're looking at two stories. And we're trying to, well, I'm not trying to pair them, but in the event that you think Nigeria you need a break from Nigeria, from all the chaos, from all the madness, from all the unfairness, from all the disrespect, well, Kenya is saying, come, we're visa-free. Well, we're following through on what is the update from much that has happened in the last few days, last 24 hours, no, the last 48 hours, hearing of the passing of the former president, and then I guess that staring public reaction, some in agreement, others I can't say in disagreement. I'll just say for some, it reminded them of their displeasure in the Nigerian system or the Nigerian form of governance. And sometimes, at least in this case, some people specifically displeased with the president. And you would think, well, if death is final, it may remind people to be a little bit more tempered in their judgment. That wasn't quite the case for some Nigerians. Others remember to be sympathetic to the end of a man. And I remember that I've been told that when a person passes on from this difficult world, that you should rejoice. It sounds like a conversation we need to bring on the Lords of Logic if we can truly rejoice when a person passes away. With that said, it's what the former president's spokesperson said that is our conversation this afternoon. And I'm going to attempt to paraphrase it. If the president had been using the medical facilities in Nigeria, he would have died a long time ago. So we can reinterpret that by saying The president went to a place where things are better off, more sophisticated, and of greater quality. And whatever it was, the man, in that end of the world did to create and maintain the medical facilities. The president thought himself worthy of that kind of treatment, even though he had power and means to bring about a system where in his own country he could have that kind of access. It suggests that there is a system in Nigeria that doesn't benefit any Nigerian, from the least to the most, because I have also reminded you that in 2023, State House Medical Center was inaugurated, and whatever it was that happened within those four walls cost this country 21 billion naira. And you would say, okay, if the poor man doesn't have access to standard health care, the villa does. Oh, wow. The villa does? Let's talk. Well, I guess I have a handful of Nigerians particularly interested in this Kenyan update. Hi, Joyce. Wow. Kenya, with their tourism and beautiful ladies. Sounds like someone is considering leaving Europe to go to Kenya. I'm not sure now. Hello, Joyce. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for this Kenyan story. I've really been thinking about taking a break away from Nigeria. And I think now that Kenya is visa-free, God, I hope it's truly an easy one for Nigerians, given our gist. I think you know. But otherwise, I think I'm really looking forward to a break. Maybe Kenya is somewhere to go. Thank you very much for this update. Nigerians, I'm not giving you this update for you to go and burden the country. I'm just saying, you want to clear your head, you have a little money, you're not going to constitute nuisance. Kenya thinks, yeah, our doors are open to all Africans visa-free. I want to know whether you think you want to go there. Just go there 2 weeks, 1 month, clear your head, come back. Come back to this challenge of a reality that we have. My name's Joyce and we're talking. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, Joyce.
I can hear you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, this is the one of Odogbolu.
Good to have you.
Joyce, I'm going to Kenya tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going there. Where will I get the contact? How will I go? Is it from Lagos or where? Abuja?
Dear. Oh dear. Well, go to their website. You should have more
direction.
Go to their website. Are you coming back? Would you come back?
No, I'm not. I was carrying about 12 ladies come back now because I see them there. But there is no peace there as I'm seeing them. They are fighting on the street.
And that's a protest. What do you mean there's no peace? There's peace in Kenya, just a regular protest.
Even Nigeria is more better than Kenya at this moment I'm talking to you.
Sit down in your house.
But the issue is this. This our country is a cause.
Why?
And I regret existing as a Nigerian.
Will you go to Kenya then?
That's why I'm suggesting to go there. But the hell is better than hellfire.
What in hell are you on about? What do you mean? What do you mean hell is better than hellfire? What are you talking about?
Because hell is a bit fair because there's a smaller condition there blowing us.
This is an ignorant statement. Sweet Jesus Christ. This is very ignorant a statement.
If our men, the highest respected office in the country, can say if our president should be in Nigerian clinic, he would have died for a long time ago. That is an insult to all Nigerians. Upon all the resources that Nigeria has, oil, gold, everything, we are still hearing this kind of language for this 20, what I call it now, century. Oh, it's an insult to my personality for me being a Nigerian. And I believe that clinic that they go in UK to treat our president, they should take the pattern back to Nigeria. I have a land here in Odogbolu where I can give them to build the hospital.
You think that's the problem? So do you think space is the problem?
The space is the problem. Now they didn't have space in Abuja. The Abuja have occupied by the big men.
Okay, well,
Oh,
thank you.
let them come to Dogbola, have a land to give them to build any hospital they want to build. That type of UK hospital, I want them to come and build here so that all our presidents will come and die there.
I wish you were a little bit more serious to understand the problem you're in.
I'm serious what I'm telling you. I'm not joking at all. I'm serious.
Thank you.
I have a land, yeah.
Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. How are you?
Hi, Lady J. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling me.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Welcome on today's show. So, the aide saying that the president would have lived longer if he was, okay, as he was treated in London, then that was why he lived longer. Lady J, of what economic importance is that utterance to me as a Nigerian? There was this program you did one time, and somebody was saying the men are giving their father's name so that they can carry it over. And then you asked a salient question. You said, what is in your name that should extend to the other legacy? So my question in the same vein, why should this statement come at this particular point in time when I'm being riled up as a Nigerian citizen that somebody that just died wasted 8 years of my life and did nothing to allay the problem that the average Nigerian faces? So what I've discovered is this. The hospitals abroad, when they built those ones, those hospitals were built by angels. So that when our political elites die, they get to heaven faster. Because if they die in the Nigerian hospital, it is very close to hellfire. So they go there, get well there, or treat them there, while they come here to come and bury them. Since Nigeria is their burying ground, is their burial ground. It's just a shame. I find that statement, that singular statement of Mr. Femi Adesina, not only satirical, I find it insensitive, I find it unguarded, I find it insultive, and I find it dehumanizing, Lady J. How can you tell us that it only exposes the rot in the economy, and we the citizens not standing to our ground by saying every political officer should treat themselves here in this country. Their children should use the schools here in this country instead of going to that place where they have the Western world, because they have a structure, and then they go to come and to go and treat themselves, and then at the end of the day come and dump their bodies here on earth. It's a shame that somebody in that level could open his mouth to utter such gibberish, such rubbish to Nigerians, because not only is he riling us up, but he's telling us that anybody coming into power now to come and tell us rubbish, they will never match their words with action. What is the economic significance or importance of that statement? If he had
I
died
think you are
all
missing.
this while, Lady J,
You
I'm
obviously
missing
are missing out on the opportunity he presented you.
Okay,
At least
what's the
from that
opportunity, Lady
statement, you can attempt to, if you will, notice that whatever is happening is quite deliberate. That's exactly what that statement is.
Exactly.
So when
They
you say what is the
decided to
economic
make-
importance, that's the answer to your question.
Lady J, they decided to make the hospitals here moribund. The medical drain we have. Lady J, let me shock you. You know it's possible.
You can't
that
shock
in
me any
Nigeria-
more than I've been electrocuted.
I understand, my lady. The Nigerians here that will still go and be consultants in that place because they didn't give them a structure here to boarding, to thriving. They allow the brain drain because they don't partake of the. What happened to the 21 billion?
All right, so
naira?
are you going to go to Kenya at this point? At least to
Lady
go
J,
clear
I
your
need to
head.
go. Lady J, it is when you have gone and you've tested the waters and you feel it is safe for me to come, you come and give us a download or an update, then maybe I'll be considering it.
Oh, you want me to
But
go
I will not
first?
go
Oh,
there
okay.
because of what I've heard about Kenyans. In fact, many things I don't even want to go there. But this statement, I stand by it. It is worthy of note that it is not only dehumanizing. I wish we could see that man now to just come and tell him to come and explain the rubbish, the utterance he has given, because it does not sync well with any Nigerian. It's a shame on the past administration, the present administration, and the future one if they cannot take a cue from this and do the needful, fix the Nigerian medical sector, fix the economic sector, and stop fooling yourselves. God, I find it utterly disdainful. Thank you, Lady J, for making it again this afternoon.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. Nigerians, at some point, maybe the topics that I bring here, without meaning to offend you or to rile you up, is probably to just show you a format that can be a puzzle in a piece of the puzzle you're trying to piece together when it comes to understanding this country. Because I've also realized that there's probably this nature of Nigerians speaking, talking. And after a while, after you have spoken for so long and you have repeated yourself countless times, it really becomes quite offending to hear yourself repeat yourself to yourself. So maybe this is your cue, or this is a cue to say whatever is happening. It's not a mistake. It's not due to a lack of property, a space to establish clinics. Remember, even in my introduction, I did say that just a standard one. It doesn't have to be world class. Just something that the everyday Nigerian can use. The person who earns 100,000, the person earning 500,000. The person earning 1 million, just something standard that you can use. Not because we don't have it, but because they're not maintained. So even our doctors are complaining, our nurses are complaining, our professionals are complaining. You have people who are specialized in some areas of human biology, and we need those specialists in this country. But do we blame them when they get an offer that pays them twice as much and they decide to pick their bags and go? Absolutely not. If he was your father, you wouldn't ask him to stay. And then you hear the presidential spokesperson tell you, if we had used the Nigerian system, the president would have died a long time ago. It just tells you that whatever it is we have been talking about, of which you're probably sick of at this point, is deliberate. Let's go to WhatsApp. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Hi, my name is John, calling from Berlin.
You have to speak up for us. Thank you very much. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Berlin, Germany.
Berlin, Germany. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just tuned in on YouTube, and I read your statement, and it was so. Sometimes it looked like it's even you that they sent to tell us that thing.
The hell?
What
do you mean?
No, the way it sounds, it's so annoying. When he said it, a lot of people, no. When he said it, a lot of people do not put the interpretation towards it. It was later when everybody were now recognizing that, what does this man mean? Let me shock you. Do you know that it was actually a Nigerian doctors who lived in the UK were actually treating Buhari? Facts. That clinic you saw in London, it was Nigerian doctors that were treating him.
I was on the clinic's website. I was on their website this morning. The clinic looks like if you go there sick, you'll come out alive. Actually, you can't quite blame Buhari at this point.
I can't look. Not let me change them for you. Look, the only thing I'm just trying to say is this: at 82, he died. See, this is what I'm going to say in my own. We saw a lot online. What people are saying about the late president was facts of what he has done. But what I'm trying to say is that I only know Buhari as 8 years out of his 82 years living on this earth.
Yeah.
So I'm only judging him as him being as a president.
Mm-hmm.
Personality-wise, I don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
So we're only judging him on the president, and he messed up so bad. Now we are still angry with what he has done. We recall all the things he has done: the Twitter ban, the lazy youth, the dot in a circle, the NSAS, which justice has not been done. So many things that has gone bad. The Naira currency, people who died because of lack of judgment. So if you will recall all these things, and we are very angry, then Femi Adesina now came on air. Now said if the president have be treating in Nigeria, he would have died a long time ago. Mind you, Abu Salam Abubakar is there too. That same clinic now. For 8 years, are you telling me that a president cannot build a refined hospital in Nigeria, whichever state it is, while spending £3,000 a day in that same hospital?
£3,000 is coins now. If you're a president, what's £3,000?
Oh, Iya Basira where they sell pepper. Never see that kind of money, oh.
Well.
Chukudi where they do carpenter, never see that money, oh. Even those people that even support Buhari, I mean Tinubu now, they've not even seen that money. Mr. Olokpasa, he talk, now he don't die.
Oh.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
but
telling
you,
guy,
you can't speak to his death. You can't. I mean, you don't have any judgment.
No, what I'm trying to say, I'm not judging him. I'm just trying to say that the support he gave, the energy and everything now.
Yeah, but people die now. I mean, death is not a jab, except maybe God really kills a person. Death is not a jab. We're all gonna die.
I'm not. Well, I might be misspoken, but what I'm just trying to say is that
I get the input, but I didn't want the wrong signal
the hurt
to go
is
out.
increasing.
Yeah.
Let us not go and rally Nigerians, and it will become like what is happening in Kenya at the moment.
Oh wait, you think I'm deliberately trying to rile them up? Is that what you're insinuating?
No. I said let their statements.
Oh, okay.
Let their statements not go and rally. Because I'm married to a Kenyan lady, so I know what is going on in Kenya at the moment, and I don't want it to happen in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's only a process going on in Kenya. But Biagodu, hold on a second. Let me even ask you. So, you're calling me from Germany. Are you in Germany with your wife, your Kenyan wife?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. How do you feel about this visa-free thing for all Africans?
Well,
should Nigeria do something like that?
Well, because Nigeria has the infrastructure and the how will I put it?
Even
is Nigeria a bride?
Yeah.
No. Is Nigeria a bride that people wants to come in?
No, we are. It's just bad marketing, It's just.
Are you sure?
It's just
because
poor handling.
Even as I'm talking to you now, I prefer actually settling in Kenya than Nigeria at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
If you go there, you understand what I'm trying to say. Peaceful, coordination, education. The best place for you to learn. Their educational sector is the same as that of the UK, even modern.
Wow.
And check me, yeah. Check me. Where do you want to learn how to pilot? Is in Kenya. They have the school. They have everything.
And it's visa free
Food,
now.
Infrastructure.
Wow.
Yeah, tourism, everything. They don't have oil like us now. They have a boundary between Zimbabwe and Kenya, where you can go and see the wildlife free of charge. You see lion walking on the forest and everything. It's quite beautiful. I'm just trying to say. I'm not comparing it with Nigeria, but I'm just trying to say that when it comes to
if you had a choice, you would choose to live in Kenya than in Nigeria.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Hold it to be worthy of note. It is 24 minutes past 1 p.m. Indeed, I'm looking time in the eye. Now I'm due for a break, so I'll say you hang in there. We'll be right back. When we return after the commercial break, our conversation will continue. And yes, indeed, we're live streaming on YouTube. Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. When we return, it's what you heard, from the presidency, at least the former presidency's spokesperson. And then Kenya is in the news. I'm curious to find out what you feel about the offer. I think it's a beautiful gift to Africa. Africa should do something that unites Africa. Maybe Kenya is taking the lead. When we return, we'll find out what you think about this gift. The Sunny Side.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
This summer, don't just take a break. Live in it at Ziba Beach Resort. Whether it's summer romance, a summer family escape, or that long overdue solo recharge, Ziba is your slice of beachside bliss. Let the kids roam free while you dive into delicious meals, refreshing ocean dips, and those unbeatable breezy vibes. From daily activities for both kids and adults, there's something for everyone. Just visiting? Don't worry. We've got you covered with our day passes too. Book your summer spot now at zibabeachresort.com or call 0704-730-0013.
Everyone says I'm beautiful, bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
We're back and we're talking. 99.3 Nigeria Info. You are on the sunny side. Let's go to WhatsApp first and then telephone lines. I have a message here. I guess it's from Chika. Let me see. Yeah, Chika. You say you're Chika from Lekki. Aisha is suffering from arrogance of authority from his little corner. Part of our problem is that those who should be circumspect in their choice of words are rather reckless and in pains. And it pains that they are educated but lack discipline. Is it they know enough to be dangerous? This is Chika from Lekki. I think that there's also something here that we're not taking from the opportunity presented to us by Adeshina. I think you are more immediately confronted by the hurt that the phrase imposes on your emotions. Secondly, you're probably offended by the statement. But I would ask that you be grateful that he spoke and that you take with the mission of the statement. When I was growing up, my mother would say to me that in a fight, like when you get into a fight with someone, that in that moment where the opponent is angry, they will speak their mind. They will tell you a truth about yourself, which you can use to your defense. And so maybe this is that kind of moment where, rather than, I do not take away from you your right to be offended, but I would say that you cannot take the offense and miss the opportunity to take with it the utility of the word. Basically it would be something like, the reason we don't have a working system is all the machinations of some people. Like, all of this is deliberate. It really just puts all your cry in grave before you meet yourself in the grave. It just speaks to how all of this can truly be deliberate. All of this can truly just be a deliberate orchestration. And then you take the information and do with it what you will. If anything, it can inform your choice as a Nigerian, your judgment as a Nigerian, your next decision or line of action as a Nigerian. Don't be so mad that you ignore every other possible outcome from, for example, something as a statement. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's like, well, if you know, and this is just like a by thought, like if you know that, say, for example, you don't have money for the conventional medical bill or medical treatment, then I guess you probably may want to look into research and scientific literature. You want to start reading about, say, alternative forms of medicines that can help support your immune system before you eventually collapse and need a professional to look at you. That's one way, that's one thing you can get. Because it's not enough for you to just be angry and then do nothing about it. So you can get angry. Okay, so what am I going to do to help myself before the worst happens? And maybe if you live well, if you work out, if you eat healthy, if you manage yourself properly, you truly may not need to see a doctor until it's really, really necessary to see a doctor. And then you truly hope that on that day, there's a doctor who has taken a rest, has his head cleared, is emotionally stable, and can really just work on you. We have overworked our professionals. We have put them through every kind of strain, emotional, psychological, financial strain. And we've heard stories of them working under conditions that no professional should work in. So we have doctors who are having, I thought it was funny because I didn't want to believe it. Sometimes surgery is being carried out with candlelight or flashlights. Yeah. The sunny side, we're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. So yeah, be angry, but be thankful that he said it. My name's Joyce. What's your name? Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being
Hello.
here. You tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lady J. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Naka is the name from Satellite Town.
Mm-hmm.
See, Lady J, this country, I don't know, was it Ngugi wa Thiong'o that said, cry my beloved country? I stand to be corrected. I think one rich literary giant said, cry my beloved country. I think he was referring to Nigeria. You see, when I heard that statement from Femi Adesina, I was just wondering, who is now demarketing our great country? Because when some people go out and give statistics and say certain things about our country, such people have been accused of demarketing the country. Now, this is somebody who has held leadership position at an apex level, making that kind of utterance. And like you said, a lot of people, when they heard that, I'm sure they did not get the import of what that statement meant. Probably felt he was making a confession or art rendition, whatever it was. But like you have clearly explained, it underscores the reason for the moribund health system, ditto the education system, ditto all other infrastructure in this country that has been left in comatose. You know, when somebody has been a presidential spokesperson say that if the late president had been attended to medical in this country, it would have been long gone. It means that they deliberately left those facilities the way it is. Hello?
I'm with you. I have nothing to say.
You know, the funny part of it is that this thing started even beyond their own administration.
Yeah.
And even after their administration, what has the present government done about it? As it becomes even more ludicrous, we were being told, or research also made us to understand that the people even attending to him there, the specialists, the doctors attending to him in that same hospital, are from this great country. So you now ask yourself, what is wrong with us as a people? Is it neo-colonial mentality, or I don't even know how to describe it. Is that we as Nigerians, when are we going to wake up and understand that the problem we have with this country is leadership, right leadership, which has been missing. We've been fielding the wrong set of people in power. Not that this country is not blessed. We are so blessed with human and natural resources. But the people we allow to superintend over the affairs of this nation, they have been the most shameless people we can ever produce. Because I can't imagine somebody who has held such leadership position at that apex level making this kind of statement. It shows that they have never been in power for the people. It has been for selfish interest. Now, what happens to that poor person out there on the road who has no money for medical tourism in London?
He'll die.
Look at India. Look at people, even Egypt here, people go for medical tourism in Egypt because of the quality of their medical system.
I don't think you should speak of Egypt. Because Egypt is a developing economy. I think you should speak of Cuba. Cuba is a poor nation.
Cuba.
Look at Cuba.
Exactly.
Cuba is, I hear, top 50. One of Cuba's exports is their healthcare system. Well, look at Cuba. Poor.
Of course. Yeah, so I think this should ignite, because one thing I love about your program is you help people understand that there is a reason why God has given us thinking faculty, critical thinking. We need to go beyond emotional or sentimental speeches. We need to sit down and think.
I don't think the problem is emotions here. I think the problem is, to be honest with you, I'm emotional. I'm 100% emotional. I'm 100% logical. I just think that sometimes people do not bother to pry a little deeper. It's not that emotions obstruct reason. It's that sometimes you can obstruct your own reason by just speaking what you want from a situation. You can obstruct your own judgment.
Well, you put it like that. I cannot help but acquiesce with you. So I don't understand how we keep making the same mistakes over and over. Even the last concluded local government.
Yeah, so maybe it's not a mistake
anymore.
So I think there's this lazy thing that we do. In the absence of proper explanation and clarity, we just assume it's a mistake. If there is a statement as with all the yearly allocations for the medical sector, right? And someone says something like, oh, well, if the president had been in Nigeria, he would have died a whole lot earlier. So I had to take him to a country that works. Oh, wait. And you are the one in power with all that yearly allocation. So I'm telling you that it was reported in 2023 that Buhari inaugurated the presidential wing of a clinic at the villa that cost 21 billion naira. That's not a mistake at this point.
And then the same amount, almost billions of naira was also expected. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
The same billions of naira has also been expended recently on renovating the VP's residence, the vice president residence, the international ICC center, and all that. Billions of naira. While our medical system is collapsing deliberately, because from this statement now it shows a deliberate, a kind of premeditated decision to keep it the way it is, so they can travel outside. How many of our presidents now have left this country as humans and were returned as cargoes, corpses? I think this is the thought. We have the current former head of state, who is also in the hospital in London. And this is like they don't even think for a second. Imagine that you're standing with a foreigner or somebody from another country, and he held somebody who has held that kind of position at that level, making this kind of utterance. How would you feel as a Nigerian?
I don't think the thinking responsibility is for them. I think the thinking responsibility is ours now. It's always been ours, but maybe now more than ever.
You're the foreigner, and that kind of statement was made. This foreigner looks at you. Who was that? Who just made that comment? Of course, you can just Google the name, and you just know exactly who he was at that level, making that statement. So I think it's a call to Nigeria to understand that we are all on our own. You have to take care of yourself, or know what to do to back your country from this set of people who are only determined to ruin this country. Because there's no reason for Nigeria to be left in the lurch where she is today. This country called Nigeria is lying critically ill at the intensive care unit of the universe, in dire need of a specialist. We need leadership. We need direction. What is happening is not going to end. Look at our education sector. Look at where it is today. Look at the medical sector. Look at everything. The refinery that was most touted about, the working, spending billions of dollars on. Today, we have just heard that the three refineries have packed up.
I was going to talk about that today, but I don't have time for it. We'll talk about that another day.
Yes, you keep bringing up these topics. You keep bringing up these topics to help us think and know what to do with ourselves in this country. And yet, people, I don't think majority of us are looking to that direction. You go to social media, tribalism is still playing its role, religion is still playing its role. People are still thinking along primordial sentiment, forgetting we only have, but we can look at Kenya now. They've opened their doors to foreigners because they have the infrastructure to accommodate people. They have the right system to accommodate people.
Are you going to be going to Kenya? Thank you so much. Really, I've given you quite a handful of time. Would you be going to Kenya by any chance?
I've visited Kenya in the past. I don't intend to relocate there. Kenya, for me, I think there are also some vices there. But there are people who would rather see Kenya as a place to seek refuge beyond what is taking place in Nigeria. Let me tell you, what is taking place in this country is pathetic. It's sad.
Well, thank you so much for calling.
It's a call to Nigerians to wake up from the slumber and do before we start. Now it's crime, beloved, to get to a point where we say, and there was a country.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. So there's a message on YouTube. It's by a writer. He says, Joyce, another problem is that when the government equips these hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, and other workers that work there will steal their equipment. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know if this happens truly, but this is the first time I'm hearing it. I don't think that happens. I think this is probably a sentiment that you hold because you feel that maybe Nigerians have a tendency to be very un-Nigerian in their character sometimes. But I don't think, a staff member can. I don't think it's impossible, but I don't think it's accurate. This sounds more like a biased judgment of what you think in Nigeria is capable of doing. Stealing equipment is not something I've heard. I've heard that some people who work in public hospitals, for example, would refer patients to private clinics that they own. That's what I hear. I don't hear things like stealing, but I don't know if that happens. But this is also, if, for example, just for the sake of conversation, that something like this happens, this is where regulation is necessary. This is where when you invest in people, you invest in the system, things like this are minimized. When people have a hope of survival, they're stealing needles and syringes because there is a hope for survival. They can make a decent living. It's in the absence of it that we make animals of ourselves, or we make animals of the people we claim to govern, because these people have suddenly become desperate to live, and then they do things that their normal human conscience would normally not do. But in the absence of what to eat, how to survive, people become very desperate. The best of people, the most refined person, would do the most unspeakable thing to survive. And I guess I'll just let you keep speaking. I have a few more minutes to commit to this conversation. We need to go into the world of science and decide to design our own babies the same way we design our cakes, I guess. The sunny side, welcome to Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. What's your name?
Hi, Joyce. This is Kenny. How are you?
I'm good. So good to have you join the conversation.
Thank you, Joyce. Okay, I will start with the clinic, the Asher Rock Clinic. I would like to put it on the same pedestal as Walter Reed in America.
Oh.
That's my expectation, But I'll tell you most solemnly, I do not believe it exists. I'm just telling you. I don't think so. Because if it exists, then what happened should not have happened outside the country. I'll just put that aside. I think somehow it just doesn't exist to me. I don't think it does. And then number two, I'm lucky to have grown up in an era where I went to school with people like Alex Ekweme's daughter, and I'm talking in secondary school, federal government school, with people like Jubril Aminu's daughter and other people. I went to university in Nigeria with people like Ihomu's children and Enna Shineka's daughter, just to mention two people that pop up in my mind. Nigeria is a beautiful country. In addition to that, foreign students were in my class. Now, I think Nigeria can go back to it. I just want to let out this little secret to Nigerians in general. Let's not waste too much energy on what these people in politics are doing, because they're really causing high blood pressure in a lot of us. I'm not saying we shouldn't discuss it. We should discuss it with a view to point out to them where they're erring. But on the back end, take care of ourselves. Nigerians, do you know that you can actually have medical insurance by yourself for less than 300,000 naira a year? And you go to hospitals, good hospitals, with dignity, take care of yourself. How Uber, Taxify, Bolt is in Nigeria. Nigerians are very innovative and creative. I would just encourage us to continue being innovative and creative. Very, very soon, these people should be ashamed enough to do the right thing. And let me say I'm a diehard. One of my me the queen of positive thinking. But that's just who I am, and it's been working for me. So I encourage Nigerians, as Igbo people will say, Adanamba, to, it will turn around.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria. Joyce, you're doing an awesome job. Jideki Ji,
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Thank you very much. Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you.
George, good afternoon.
Thank you for being here. What's your name?
My name is Onyemuwa.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm calling from Songwater. George, I'm weeping.
Why?
I'm weeping inside of me for
Why?
the past 1 hour that you dropped this bomb of a statement made by somebody I used to respect so much when he was a Minister of Agriculture.
Oh, dear.
Then Director of ADB, African Development Bank, making this statement that Buhari wouldn't have died before now if he was treated in Nigeria. What a shocker. Well, that's a careless statement to make.
I'm grateful he made it.
Indictment in high places, Joyce. That is self-indictment in high places.
Oh, dear.
That's betrayal of trust we put on our elite then.
Wake up.
Which means it has intentional statement resolved within them in their mind not to just to give us junk in all ramifications, in all places. That is basically why the law set in the system, ranging from education to health. Joyce, it is shameful. So shameful that we have elites who have no sense of direction in it. Just let me ask you, with 21 billion naira or dollar, if I'm not mistaken, is it enough to put up visually
breaking
a case of time in Nigeria?
I think you're breaking up.
But may God help you go.
Thank you for calling me.
Bye-bye.
Really. Thank you. The sunny side, how are you? So good to have you join Nigeria Info this very beautiful Wednesday afternoon. We hope to be worthy of note. If you're going to Kenya, I want to know when you're leaving. Hello.
I'm leaving very soon. Hi, Joyce.
Hi. Good afternoon to you.
From the guy married to Kenyan, I think there's hope in Kenya. At least they fight for what they believe in. They're protesting. They know what they want. Joyce.
What's your name?
Okay, Storm Raider.
Okay.
It's been a trust you're doing good.
I'm well, thank you.
I don't envy you, especially when it comes to Nigeria issues. I know you think about it before you present the issues. Sometimes it gives you a headache. Into that with Nigeria, it's out of it. Joyce, you know, within the 70s, Nigeria was a place for medical tourism. It was even said, and I met somebody whose dad worked at which of the hospitals that treated King Fahd. The man is late now. Was a medical director, surgeon at that. They were treating, foreigners came for medical, because of our medical facilities. Early this year, was it Lut, one of the major hospitals, were without power supply for 6 months. 6 months. What does that tell you? This guy is, sorry to say, sick.
Hold on a second. Last time someone referred to politicians as demons, our regulatory bodies wanted a kind of proof, So now that you said that they're sick, I may require from you proof of that. I'm just saying you have to regulate your language.
All right. Okay. I apologize, but the proof is that you had facilities that outsiders came, they admired our medical system, and now you are tarnishing it. See, let me just a reflection of society. They were a reflection of the government. This pass my neighbor. You see our elite now, they prefer to die in a foreign hospital. Oh, Mr. Hickot died in the British whatever hospital. You'll be flown back to the country. It's a status thing. Oh, my second daughter is in Cambridge. You ruin your facility to what?
Well, I don't think he went there to die. I'm sure, at least it's safe to infer that he probably fell ill and they noticed he wasn't doing well. And maybe a local doctor may have suggested, like his personal physician may have suggested, okay, let's take him for proper evaluation. And then they flew him. I don't think he went there to die for the prestige of dying in a clinic in the heart of London. I don't think that's what this is about.
In the same facility where you have 2 ex-presidents, almost lying bed side by side.
I think it's a typical case of, if we treat ourselves in Nigeria, we will actually die. And since we're not ready to die yet, at least we think so, then we will go overseas and take the best medical treatment, and we will come back home. Unfortunately, this time, he didn't quite make it home. Or they didn't make it home.
Says who? The doctors treating them, are they aliens? The Nigerian doctors are the ones in charge of these huge hospitals. These hospitals, we want to go for whatever one surgery. They are Nigerian hospitals. There was one that was said, was it not? I think it was the early 90s. The man had an accident. They were about flying the guy out. I told him the surgeon you're supposed to you go meet over there is Nigerian. He's right here.
Yeah, but maybe the facility, maybe it's not the Nigerian, ingenuity. Maybe
why not provide the facilities?
That's where we are.
The thing is, when the president said Nigeria is cool, we were infuriated by that statement. And that is why a president can tell you that, oh, you speak good English. Where did you go to school? Because we admire ourselves. We don't have that pride to keep to ourselves. Do you understand? And that is why a monarch would die, and you say, oh, you don't want to you want to come and lead you or whatever.
There's a psychological inferiority that's happening here.
Definitely, we don't.
All right.
That's why you see that's a slogan. I better pass my neighbor. Once you get.
Hello. Okay, may have lost your Nigeria info. Ooh. The telephone line. Lord. Hello, the sunny side. Welcome to the show. My name's Joyce. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, my name is Chibikem.
Welcome, Chibikem.
Yes, I listened with interest what additional people have been saying about our past leader, and it's quite unfortunate. My position is that our highly exalted offices have been reduced to an all-commerce club, and then this is what we have. So we get, and then it's quite a lesson for those of us that are still here, in leadership and non-leadership position. Remember, tomorrow then we'll have to prepare for what it will be today. And for people that say, oh, don't talk bad about people that are dead, the way to avoid it is to do good now, so that when you die, people talk good. So if you do bad, people do bad. And I don't think my belief says we haven't made that. Good people talk good about you, bad about you. And that is why we are where we are. So any sentiment about it will just be painting pictures that will not last. Thank you.
You are listening to your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliant war of words. One champion will rise. The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Catch the Ibecta Diva National Final live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. The debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins on 2025 only on Nigeria Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805 581 5844 or email at nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions. We're back. We are
On 99.3
99.3 Nigeria Info. 99.3 Info, the Sunny to remind you that you can play. I hope you know the shortcut. And here it goes. Star 880 star 3. You play on your phone for a chance to win 25,000 naira by the end of the day. Remember, some win, some lose. You may play today, not win today. You could qualify for the draws by Friday. Today, play today. It's a game of chance. And I would ask that you play responsibly. Cost you 500 Nigerian naira. The shortcut again is star 880 star 3 hash. But pocket. So play, hope, win. Okay, yeah, so we're rounding off our commentary on the statement by the former presidential spokesperson, Femi Adesina, saying that, well, and I've thought about ways to justify the statement, except I think it's not my responsibility to do that. I think it's our liberty. We reserve the right to make of what they say logically and honestly. If what they say is what they say, what they say is what they say, and it's our right to make our conclusions on what they say without having the imposition of the need to modulate it for the sake of political correctness. No, we're not doing that. Kenya is far better than Nigeria. So here's someone who has converted the US dollar to naira, the US dollar to Kenyan shillings, and he says Nigerian naira is approximately 0.085 Kenyan shillings. That's your caller comparing Kenya to hell needs to be informed. Well, I think the value of the money is one thing, but the social economic cost of living is also something else. But it would be, because I've been to Kenya before. I think I've been there twice now, or 3 times. But of course, you can't quite compare, being on vacation to being there for a period of time where you're in and out of life there. So I can't quite give you any informed decision as to living there. But it was very beautiful just being on vacation there, whether seeing the animals or the people, the food. I noticed that from my hotel room, because it was really a very tall structure, and I was somewhere at the top of the building, and you look at the city, and just about every roof had solar panels. And largely, they say that the panels are used for heaters. Just about maybe it was the city I was in, but most of the buildings there had panels on it. And I thought, this is quite good because it helps you regulate the cost of electricity. That was one thing. The food was good. The town was secure. Yeah, but remember, I was only a visitor. I don't know what it's like living there. But the very gift of welcoming all of Africa to Kenya is extraordinarily beautiful. Beautiful. We're a few seconds away from the top of the hour. This one says, wait, Joyce, correct the caller. It's Adesina, not Adewumi of Africa Development Bank. Oh, okay. So I guess someone made a wrong character representation here. So, but I said it once too many. The former spokesperson of the former president, now late President Muhammad Buhari, his name is Femi Adesina. All right, it's 2 p.m. on the clock. That's the person whose statement we're looking at this afternoon. On the other side of the hour, science gives you the opportunity to be a creator. I think maybe you create things, you create toys, you invent things, machines. You exercise your will to be creative within the very laws of nature, the confines of human capability. But science has appeared to reach beyond the stars, and they now provide you the capability of the gods. And the way that scripture puts it, and you will become as the gods. In the next few minutes, we'll talk about your ability to create another human being. I want to know if you love it and if you will do it. It's 2 p.m. We'll be right back.
2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Presidency attributes U.S. visa restrictions for Nigerians to high rates of visa overstays as Lagos and London launch tech partnership. FCC boss urges lawyers to drive positive change. Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board warns against fake recruitment portals. Former Presidential Asset Recovery Chairman Okoye Ogbonobla defends Buhari's leadership and legacy, while tributes pouring for the late President Muhammadu Buhari. Ex-Sierra Leone president says that Buhari was a towering African leader, as Bode George calls for reforms and recalls the former president's calling him a rascal. Former House of Rep member Chong Bagos says that Buhari's appointees betrayed his trust while he was alive. Next Naval Chief Gambo hails Buhari's legacy. Defense Chief urges communities to protect oil pipelines as Turkey warns of FETO terrorist groups' presence in Nigeria. Nigeria exceeds OPEC oil output quota in June, while UN says that 115 million infants got life-saving vaccines in 2024. Meta deletes 10 million fake Facebook accounts in crackdown, and 20 people killed in stampede at Gaza Aid Center. And that's all for now. It is back to the sunny side with Joyce right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info. Thank you for listening.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. I want to thank you so much for your commentary, your comments, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp. Thank you. Thank you all so much. All right, now let's go into the world of science. We love science. We may not fully understand it, but we love it. If we don't love it yet, we're intrigued by it. We're intrigued to find out how something that is quite flux can change and shift, and it's one thing today and something else tomorrow. Can be traditional physics one day and can be transcendental physics another day. Can be comprehensible one day and can be magic the other day. Well, some of you still don't believe that science has the qualities of magic. Oh, by the way, by what it's worth, good afternoon to you and welcome to the sunny side. My name is Joyce. Okay, so there's this video. This is probably a conversation for another time. There's a video I reposted on X this morning. It's of a Nigerian inventor who says that he has now been able to invent a rainmaker. So, it's a very short video. The rainmaker is it has a particular gadget, external gadget, and then the gadget has is linked to application on his phone, and through the use of his phone he's able to control the external gadget. And so what happens is, from his phone he can punch a button and a kind of smoke will be emitted from this external gadget, and in about, according to him, he said 30 minutes or less, droplets emerge from about the environment, from around the environment. Do you know, I didn't know until I just saw a comment here. This is our guy on X. He says, well, I've seen rainmakers in my village. They usually set up their concoction and control the weather through the smoke coming out from whatever it is they put together in the pot. Some are actually more powerful than others. I didn't even know this. So by basic comprehension, whatever Dixon is saying in comparison to what this Nigerian tech guy has invented, it's the same thing. It's okay. You don't believe me when I tell you that science is magic. Don't worry. I'll be here when you get here. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Science is giving you the ability of the gods. Welcome. My name's Joyce. It's 6 minutes past 2 p.m. So I think you know that men and women, more women, but men have joined the ranks when it comes to cosmetic surgery. So you know that women are augmenting their breast size, whether they want it bigger or smaller. Women are reforming their body by going for cosmetic surgery. In fact, I know one story of a popular American rapper's wife, that's T.I. It was reported that his wife, Tiny, had a surgical situation to change her eye color. And hold on, let me just even give you today's gist. Today's gist, in vitro gametogenesis. That's exactly the scientific term. Don't worry, I'll explain now. In vitro gametogenesis, IVG, is a reproductive technology that involves creating eggs and sperms from any cell in the body rather than relying on traditional methods like egg retrieval from ovaries. This particular method utilizes pluripotent stem cells to generate germline cells, which can then be used to create embryos through in vitro fertilization, IVF. This technology has the potential to revolutionize areas like assisted reproduction, which really you see when people, which is what happens when people go to the hospital and tell the doctor, I need to have a child. How can science help us? Yeah. Okay, animal agriculture and wildlife conservation. When science tells you revolutionize, I think you want to take it, don't confine it, because a lot of madness is happening in that phrase. So here's what I've discovered with this new in vitro gametogenesis IVG gift from the world of science. You can create your own. You can select your child's genes. So you can choose hair color, eye color, rather than waiting for your child to grow up and maybe they're not going to like their bodies. I've met people who, I haven't met them, but you know, you're on social media, so you see that some people don't like the way they look, the way their nose looks, the way their ear looks, the way their eye is, the way their mouth is, the way their boobs look, or their tits, the way their waistline, looks, the way their hips look, the way their guys, there's a technology where short guys can make themselves tall. You are late to the party if you don't know. So I've been following through on some new kind of cosmetic, because I don't think it's new. Maybe just me discovering it about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago actually, that some men have been going through cosmetic surgery to gain additional height. So I think the last one I saw, he was 5'11", and from 5'11", no, I think he was 6'9". No, pardon me. He was 5'9" and became 6'1". He was 5'9", 6'1". Or he was 5'11", he was 5'9", and they stretched him to 6'1". And I thought, okay, men who don't want to go to the gym, you can go have surgery, and they can literally give you 6 packs. So you can take your shirt off and look sexy. Now, but this new one where you can be the god who creates a human is absolute. I don't think it's surprising. Remember, you were told if you ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you would be as God or the gods. Oh, well, welcome to the show. Let's talk about this gift of science where we have seen genuine concern for biological features. But science is saying the next generation, their parents can truly upgrade how they look. You can choose straight nose, you can choose blue eyes, you can choose color of skin. You are a god, you can create man. All right, now you're picking up what I'm putting down. My name's Joyce, welcome. Welcome to the show, how are you?
Good afternoon,
good to have you.
Topic. No wahala. Sister, let it out make a try it during November and January. Are you hearing me, sister? Hello?
What are you talking about?
I mean, the rainmaker I don't believe him. The person who saying he can do rain for his phone, rain will drop. I want him to try it from November during dry season to January. Sister, again, can science create a pretty human being apart from baby?
They've been cloning human beings. It's only just illegal to clone human beings, but they've done it before, and they stopped it.
Unless they clone human beings, but they cannot create like me and you that is pretty.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.